1932. Protecting the future of working families. Teamsters 1932.org.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. We are live on KCAA Radio Network. We're covering over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles, and we are available on all of your favorite streaming channel. Today, I have an amazing guest for you, and she is the editor-in-chief from the Los Angeles Tribune. So let's welcome Ava Manuel. Ava, welcome to the show.
Oh, I am delighted, Marie. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show.
Well, Ava, you have impressed me with everything that you're doing with the Los Angeles Tribune. You guys are amazing. You've done such a great job with your last event, which is called the Leadership Week. And I was there as one of your guests, and it was such an incredible experience for me. So tell me about the Los Angeles Tribune. What is the mission of the company, and what do you see happening in this organization that you have?
Well, thank you for that question, Marie. And thank you for the compliment on the LA Leadership Week. So the Los Angeles Tribune is a major media brand from 1886. Our roots has been from 1886. I mean, it's seen it all through, all of the civil wars and, two major world wars and transitions in all of the presidents since 1886. And really, since its fourth iteration, since my current and present steward of the Los Angeles Tribune and CEO Rock has purchased it or acquired it, our mission is to redefine media. We are changing the status quo, and we are balancing the news where there's 17-1 negative versus positive news, or not even positive, but uplifting, empowering, inspiring news. And, think of like opening the news to, the greatest achievements on earth being achieved, and that's being highlighted. What does that do to the human soul? And so that's what we're bringing more of, like with the LA Leadership Week, it was 8 days. It was 8 days of bringing all of the biggest names. Well, I said most of the biggest names in the personal development industry. And really, our goal is to empower, educate, and inspire people.
Well, you're definitely doing that, because I did see Les Brown
Yes.
in your Leadership Week. There was Brian Tracy. I remember Bill Walsh being in there
Yes.
too. So
Yes.
you've got some great names in your Leadership Week.
It was pretty phenomenal. Like there wasn't an event like that before that had brought all these names together. From Sharon Lecter, Joe Vitale, like you said, Brian Tracy, to Russell Brunson, Ty Lopez, Jay Abraham. It really was phenomenal, and it's really an evidence to the generosity of these minds coming together to make a difference in the world, and to make a positive impact. With our news. So that's our mission. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Well, I know that you have partnered with Mo Rock, and
Yes.
Mo Rock is actually amazing. He's got a lot of knowledge and experience. So tell me, how do you like working with Mo Rock right now?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing, because Mo's mission is to give voices, empower especially women's voices. And so what I love about his leadership is he does not dictate what things should look like. We call it, and he calls it creative independence. He empowers creative independence, and it may not be exactly his idea, but he always empowers, whatever it is that you think, if you think that's best. And so, like, being empowered in that way really has brought together a lot of people in creating beyond what one person can create, right? And so I do my best to also do the same way. to empower our people, our journalists, our publicists, to have that creative intelligence and the creative independence to do what they seem best. And it's very revolutionary, and it's such a fresh, I would say, a breath of fresh air in this industry.
Okay. And what is Mo's background?
Well, he actually is from music production.
Oh, really? Okay.
Music production, he's got a very diverse background. Music production, AI and technology, magazines, more from like the Hollywood broadcasting. So that's a little bit of many.
Okay. And your background is in the medical field, am I
I
right?
absolutely am.
Okay.
I'm a hospital physical therapist. I've taken patients from bedbound to walking to thriving in life for over 25 years before I became, a partner of the Los Angeles Tribune in media.
Wow. So, and how many people do you guys have right now working in the company?
Well, it's global. So much as it's a global brand, there are also many departments. So, like, for example, I have the Special Thought Leader Edition, I have the digital news. But it's hard to say because there's a publication department, there's a podcast department. So it's just my best answer to that is about global.
Okay. So tell me, what is unique about the Los Angeles Tribune compared to the other media platforms?
I'd say, being an independent organization, where we don't have corporate sponsors, we don't have political bias, we're free to really be independent in empowering and being, we don't have to run an agenda. We're free to be empowering. And that's really our main goal, is to empower people, to give voices, to be a platform that inspires and educates. So, I don't know that there's any other, platform out there that exists with such independence as we have. In choosing the news that we report, we don't just, one of the biggest things that I would say is the difference is that we don't just report news. We create a reality that we want to create.
Okay, so you're kind of, enhancing the situation and making it better for everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love Mo Rock's TEDx talk. It's probably the shortest TEDx talk in history. So if anyone wants to look up Mo Rock TEDx talk, it was barely 5 minutes, almost just like a bit above 4 minutes, but it was so empowering in that he even says that we're whenever we like, comment, and share a post, we're not just liking, commenting, and sharing. We're actually casting a vote. And not only are we casting a vote on the kind of news we want to watch, but we're casting a vote in the kind of world we want to live in. And so, really empowering people in the choices that they're making. There's a saying in news that if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead. So if it got up, it's got to bleed. But we're changing that. We're changing that. I think it's high time.
So as an editor-in-chief for the Los Angeles Tribune, what are the things that you are, changing and improving within your part of your responsibilities?
Well, first of all is the quality of news. We are highlighting expertise, solutions. One of the things that we ask, and you can also find this in the TEDx talk of Mo Rock, is whenever we put anything in, we ask the question, does this empower or disempower our audience? And we always make sure that the news that we put out in one shape or form would be a call to action that would empower the people. So I am putting together the next Special Thought Leader edition centered on authors. And so it's going to be the authors edition, and we're highlighting authors out there that's creating an impact, making a change. Like, they've really put their life story into the books that they write. And, most major media company don't give special, personal development, even a space in news.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing different, is that we're making this the highlight and the spotlight.
Oh, I love it. I mean, just the fact that you were able to bring a lot of this high-end speakers and coaches, and then now you're focusing on helping the authors, which, by the way, I did publish my latest book. You knew that, right?
Yes. Teresa Lawrence was there, and she told me about, your book launch. So I'm very, very excited. Congratulations on that. I would definitely get a copy. I honestly haven't, but I would. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. I am excited about the book, of course, and I see myself traveling and, sharing this information. So for you to be able to take care of the authors as part of your agenda for the company, I think that's incredible. I am
Absolutely.
very pleased to hear that. But
Yeah.
anyway, I would like to know more about you because, I find you very interesting, and as also someone who is also from the Philippines, you know, I think there's that power that comes from the country. And I wanted to emphasize that and talk more about it. But we're going to take a commercial break right now. And for everyone out there, we have Ava Manuel, who is the editor in chief from the Los Angeles Tribune. And I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Witt, and we are here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. And we're here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. So make sure you stay tuned in our show. There's going to be more to learn from Ava. And again, we're just going to honor our sponsors right now. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
FireUp Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. FireUp Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. FireUp Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show on KCAA Radio Network. And we were talking to Ava Manuel, who is the editor-in-chief of the Los Angeles Tribune. And so, Ava, from the last segment, you talked about the Los Angeles Tribune's mission and, the things that you are changing and making sure that you're empowering everyone and bringing all these experts. And you even mentioned that you are also now helping the authors. But I wanted to learn more about your background because I know that you are in the medical field and I know that you're from the Philippines. And I want to learn the mindset and the background experience that you have even before the medical field. So can you share us a little bit more about yourself? Because I'm really curious about that.
Well, I grew up in a very strict home. That's the best that I would describe that to be, but it's more of a very, very challenging, very difficult childhood, with my mom and my older brother. I am the daughter of a military official. So in the Philippines, there really isn't a funding for family to travel with, for families to travel with the military officers. So I probably saw my dad a week every year, once a week for a year. So by the time I have memory, 15, 16 years old, I probably have seen my dad for like 12 weeks. But what I love about my upbringing is that my mom was very, very driven with education. So as a young child, even in elementary and in high school, we don't have middle school at that time. They now do. My mom always, every time there's a break, I was always enrolled into a special class,
Okay.
privately funded with either essay writing, speed reading, public speaking, all kinds of enhancements. But I think it's just I took after my mom's passion for education, passion for contribution. She's put in her own foundation. She's created so many affiliations with different organizations in the Philippines. And I've even watched my dad, like they're very, very hardworking parents. And so to me, hard work is normal.
Okay.
I just had a question, just very recently, maybe a month ago, and it was from one of the Filipinos, who came from who is a daughter of someone who just came from the Philippines as a single mom. And so she was the daughter. And she said, how difficult was it for you to come here? And because when I came here, I didn't have family, even until now, like my mom, my dad, my brother is still in the Philippines. And when I was raising my kids, I raised six kids. They're now 21 to 34 years old.
6 kids? Did you say
Six
six
kids,
kids?
five boys
Oh,
and one girl. Five boys and one girl.
your
So when I,
powerhouse there.
yes, like, we've got a basketball team and a muse. So when I was raising my kids, I mean, like I was always in constant fear because I didn't have any family in America, and it's not like I can go to anyone for support or anyone for like we're always at that. I felt like we were always at the mercy of, me being able to keep my job. Otherwise, we'll have to go back to the Philippines because we didn't have family. But I was asked the question, how difficult was it for you to come here? I'm like, difficult is a subjective word. What someone say is difficult isn't difficult for someone else. So like, for example, my husband and I, he's very athletic. You tell him to like run 20 miles. He's not difficult at all. Make me walk 1 mile. That's difficult. That's not, and in the same way, I'm very intellectual. I'll read a book for a day. That's not difficult. You make my husband do that. It's very difficult, so
Yeah.
difficulty is very subjective. So I thought about it and I said, it's not difficult at all, but when what's difficult was not having the options in the Philippines. Because at that time, I was already a physical therapist in the Philippines, but our insurance system at that time wasn't established and people had to pay for physical therapy out of pocket. And when people have to pay for physical therapy out of pocket, guess what? They don't, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing community service, walking unpaved roads, asking, where if they knew anybody who couldn't walk or, who any kids who are having challenges moving. And so I was educating in the communities and we were pretty much getting donations of bananas and eggs, whatever people can afford. And even though sometimes some people would give a donation in money, we would also give it back because someone else would also have a greater need than us. I mean, I've had the experience of like my five kids back then. When I had five kids in the Philippines, the sixth one was born here, but our five kids we would have one egg and we would spread the egg so thin and then divide them into like a slice and then just soy sauce for everybody.
Yeah.
That is difficult. Not having the options, even though you're working hard, but not having options, that's difficult. Having the options here in America, even if it requires working. I mean, I work every waking time of my life right now. I don't even call it work. It's just a way of life, right? To me, that's not difficult at all. But that's kind of like the mentality and the background and the upbringing of, most people would call it kind of like a hustle, right? Like you hustle.
Yeah.
But to me, like all my kids, I was so blessed that my kids grew up really, really easily. But that's also because they experienced how difficult life was in the Philippines. Like, for example, back then, just for perspective, my daughter loves watermelon, and they sell them in tiny slices, like slither slices in the Philippines. And she would ask, "Mom, can I have a watermelon?" I said, "Okay, I'll buy just for you, but you can't show it to your brothers because I can't buy for them, just for you." And so she knows the value of that, of like being able to eat a slice of watermelon at the back of the house, hiding it, and
Wow.
so they grew up
Yeah.
very, very easily. They were, dean's listers in school. They studied. And my daughter worked in Wells Fargo at one point, and by the time people come to Wells Fargo, they're often complaining, right? They have a complaint because otherwise everything can be done with a debit card and online. So when
Yeah.
they come in, there's a complaint. And one day she came home and she said, Mom, I think it should be a requirement in our country for people to go to a third world country at least once in their lifetime for them to know what they have.
Yeah.
And that is
Yeah.
so
No, I agree with you. I mean,
that's so true because even for example, with me, when I was raising them as a single mom, two to three, I would work 2 to 3 jobs and I would be coming home, closer to midnight. Because what I would do is I would see patients during the time that you could still see patients. And then I would come back and do all the documentation after when I can't see patients anymore. But I would work 2 to 3 jobs, a day just to be able to sustain my kids. And not that I get paid less, it's that it takes a lot to raise 6 kids, right?
Yeah.
As a single mom.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I
Right.
have two
So
kids and I don't know how you did six.
right, so I was driving home from working my third job, and I was happy. I was grateful for the big roads, and I was grateful for the light on the streets. I'm grateful for the parks and the trees, like just this attitude of gratitude, just like I'm
Yes.
grateful for everything. And my kids carry that. So I think, between the joy of and gratitude of appreciating what we have and really valuing what we have, I would say that's my secret sauce.
Well, I am so glad to hear that from you. And I knew that probably that is the kind of background and experience that you have from the Philippines, because I also grew up in the Philippines and I know, what it is compared to this country. And this country really offers so many great opportunities. And that's why I never really hesitate to create any kinds of projects here, because I know that it's always an opportunity to be able to do such things, right? And
An opportunity, for
yes,
sure.
yeah, and
It's a
that what you're that's
privilege.
what's that?
It's a privilege.
It is. And for what you're doing with the Los Angeles, you're taking it to the, largest way of benefiting other people. And I love what you're doing. And I truly admire you for all the efforts and all the generosity that you do for others. And again, my hats off for you, because you are doing such a great job right now. So let me ask you this question. For what you're doing now with the Los Angeles, is there something specific that you would like to see happen still, in spite of everything that you guys are doing?
Well, definitely, I say. So, Sam, let me give you a little bit of background of where I came from.
Well, we have a couple of minutes here, but I want, if
Okay.
whatever, we're going to continue in the
Yeah,
next.
so when I was in healthcare, I was a geriatric clinical specialist, wound care specialist, lymphedema therapist. What that means is I can heal wounds nobody else can. And I wanted to teach it to nurses. I wanted to teach it to doctors, so that we could change healthcare, so that we could lower the cost of rehospitalizations. But I wasn't being listened to because I was a physical therapist. It's
Okay.
unconventional, for a physical therapist to be the wound specialist that I am. And I wish that there would be a media company that would write about me, because if they would write about me and they would write about the results that I'm creating and the testimonies that I have, then maybe I'll be able to knock on some nursing homes and teach nurses how to do that. And eventually, be able to teach doctors in hospitals. But I didn't have that. That's what I wanted to change now. I wanted to change being able to give voices to people who really have the ability to make a difference, but they're not being heard. They're not being seen. And they're not able to impact the places the doors that they can open, because they're not heard. So that's what I wanted to change.
Okay.
I wanted to be able to elevate experts, leaders, and amplify their ability to create a solution in the world.
Okay. Well, I know that because you and I are now connected, and you're planning a big project for the Los Angeles Tribune that is through the radio broadcasting
Yeah.
station. I am excited to let everybody know about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a commercial break because I want to give more time for this. So everyone, stay tuned. We're gonna have more great information for you from Ava Manuel of the Los Angeles Tribune. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
The worst thing a homeowner can do is be without a good set of tools. Don't find yourself caught without the right tools. The Real Men of Real Estate's Ultimate Utility Bag ensures you're equipped for any DIY task. With high-quality essentials like a hammer, measuring tape, multi-tool, and Exactac picture hanging tool housed in a sturdy bag, you'll be ready for anything. It's not a good feeling when you have to stop right in the middle of a project because you didn't have that tool that you should have had in the first place. Introducing the Real Men of Real Estate's Ultimate Utility Bag from Caliber 8. This ultimate all-around-the-house tool bag includes essentials like a non-slip grip 16-ounce claw hammer with a nail starter, which is perfect for keeping your fingers safe from getting smashed. A durable 16-foot measuring tape, which is a must in any toolkit. The Caliber 8 Multimax Pocket Tool, which features a 6-inch locking style adjustable pocket wrench, 5-position wrench, 2 Phillips, and 1 flathead screwdriver, a durable stainless steel pocket knife, can and bottle opener, saw blade, and LED flashlight so you don't have to get caught in the dark. A compact toolkit small enough to fit in your glove compartment or your kitchen drawer, with a utility knife, 2 Phillips and flathead precision screwdrivers, a mini socket set, a box of wood and machine screws, needle nose pliers, wire cutters, and a driver set with flathead Phillips and Torx style bits, and the Exactac picture hanging tool, which makes picture hanging easy with no measuring required or stray holes to deal with. With everything you need conveniently packed in one sturdy bag, you'll be ready for any DIY task. Call area code 619-453-4664 or visit realmenofrealestate.com. The first 10 shoppers get a 10% discount with promo code TOOLS. That's TOOLS.
FireUp Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. FireUp Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. FireUp Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. And we are here on KCAA. Don't forget, we are also in your favorite podcast streaming channels. And we are also in Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Android. So we're going to be back with Ava Manuel. And this time, I want to surprise everyone. And I want to also let everyone know that the Los Angeles Tribune is going to have its own radio talk show here on KCAA. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So Ava, tell us, what is the plan for the radio talk show? Because I'm really excited about this.
You know what's amazing is you teed me up from the last interview for this answer. Exactly what I just said earlier: elevating, inspiring, uplifting expertise leaders, and just bringing solutions, bringing you experts that have the ability to change the world, and just like giving them platforms and voices. So my vision for the Los Angeles Tribune talk show in KCAA is inviting different expertise every week. And make no mistake, we have the ability to invite like big leaders and big experts to our platform. So that's definitely something to look forward to. We're very, very excited.
So are you going to be hosting it, or Mo is hosting it?
I'll be hosting it.
You'll be yeah, that's going to be interesting and exciting. Now, are we going to see some of your big shot,
For sure. For
like
sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That, I think that is great. This is an incredible project that you're taking in, and I'm excited to be a part of it, Ava. And I know when we talked about this, I also see you being a part of the other things that I'm doing with the live event, and I'm really happy to see that happening for us, because I do admire your work and what you're doing in the community. It's such a blessing to be connected to you in regards to what I see in everything that you're doing with people. Now, so you're gonna have this, and this is gonna be a weekly show, am I right?
It is, absolutely.
Okay. And did you already have, when are you launching?
Our target is the beginning of July, the first week of July.
Okay, wow. So beginning of July. So let me see this. Do you already have lined up speakers or guests that you're going to have in this show? I mean, do we want to know who they are?
Well, definitely we will have the likes of the ones that you've seen in the LA Leadership Week. And in case you're curious, you can look up laleadershipweek.com and you will see the lineup of people that we have. But I know for a certain, I don't want to give names because I haven't talked to them, to be on the phone. But for sure, the Los Angeles Tribune is great friends with Joe Vitale, with Sharon Lecter, with Mark Victor Hansen. Those are just like Les Brown, we're just very close friends with them, like by easy conversation. So for sure, the first month, July, it's going to be a power-packed month.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, so your leadership week, are there any things that happened there that is very impactful for you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Can you share some of those stories?
Well, for example, Ty Lopez, Ty Lopez segment was on the impact of books. He's a proponent of books change lives,
Okay.
and that leaders are readers. And so and then he simplified the things that he's got a tylopez.com/book, which is books, which is the list of books that he recommends. But he also simplified frameworks. He explained certain frameworks. One of the things that really made an impact to me also was the section of Jay Abraham. And Jay Abraham talked about the most important components of business
Mhm.
are three things: connection, collaboration, and partnership. And that's what we're doing, Marie Wade. So I love also what you do. I wanted to give the flowers back to you because there's something about you saying that you're honored to partner with me, but I feel the same way. You're making such big waves. I love 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 your segment. So you got to look up Marie. We've got to find what day you are so that people, but
It
you know
was a
what,
Sunday. I thought it was a Sunday.
yes, it was a
May 5th.
Sunday, so that would be day 5 because we started Wednesday. That's day 5 of the 8 days of leadership week. But we're gonna create that individually for you
Okay.
because it was really powerful. I love how you shared, how you've taken a different approach to, marketing through service, by serving and providing more services. And so people ask, how are you able to do all the things that you do? And you're like, well, I create things for them that that they can plug into. So it's so beautiful.
Thank you. Well, you're giving me chills right now. I think, this is such a great new relationship for you and I, Alva, because I know my heart is really, telling me I need to be connected with, I want to be a part of what she's doing. I want us to work together. And I am so inspired by everything that you're doing. And Mo is actually incredible,
Right.
person also, because I got to meet him at my Fire Up Live event because you guys participated in our last Fire Up Live. And it was so nice to hear what he said during the interview about the Fire Up Live. And I was very grateful for his comment. And you guys are incredible people, and it's so nice to have you here. And now that we're going to be working together, I'm so
Well,
excited.
Mo lives and breathes elevating others. Like
Okay.
even in his own show, the Mo Rock Show, I was like, brother, it's the Mo Rock Show. You're supposed to be on screen. And what he does is he puts people on screen. And then
Yeah.
after a while of me messaging him and say, come back on the screen, come back on the screen, I'm like, I realize, wait a minute. I'm like, he's always about giving other people platforms, giving other people voices. So of course, this is what the Mo Rock Show looks like. The Mo
Yeah.
Rock Show does not have Mo Rock as a spotlight. It's everybody else. And so he's definitely one that lives and breathes giving people's voices. But correlating that to working together with you, Marie, I love what you do. One of the things that I just wanted to land with you is you live such a life of generosity. You don't have to do the things that you're doing. You're comfortable. If you were not to do these things in this radio program, you're comfortable. You're comfortable in your real estate, in your investments, in the ways you make financial gains. This actually is your service. The things that you're doing are your public service, and just living a life of generosity. That's something that I definitely see in you, Marie, and I just appreciate
Mm.
you for making that choice to live a life of generosity.
Thank you so much, Ava. I do love to see people, get what they need in order to bless other people. So I try to be a part of whatever they need so
Yeah.
we can make it happen for them.
And
But
you're understanding too. Like you understand people's challenges. You could see through people's pain, especially entrepreneurs, right? Like
yes,
it's not easy to be an entrepreneur.
it
And
is
you
not, because I've gone through that also. And I know what the hardship is for being an entrepreneur. I mean, I remember the time where I almost had nothing. And then I get this one check that pays exactly what my bill is, which is really,
right,
and
right.
you get to a point where, you value everything that you have right now because of what you experienced in the past. You've
Yeah.
gone through some hardship. I've gone through some hardship too, because again, coming from another country and learning everything here from scratch, the language, the relationship, everything is just not easy for us. But we
Yes.
got through it because of who we are from our country, because our country is not really an easy place to live. You have to work hard. And sometimes even if you work hard, there's not a lot of options for
Not a
you
lot of options.
to
Yeah.
do well. So by coming here, it opened up so many doors. And I want people to realize that, hey, I mean, look at what you have in front of you. There's so many great things in this country. And I don't know why you're feeling like you can't do anything when you have all of this, right?
For sure, for sure. You know,
Yeah.
my kids also didn't have it easy getting their legal status to be able to work. When we first came, there were some things wrong with the way their immigration was filed, and so it took a while for my two oldest ones to be able to work, and they definitely consider working a privilege. You know, and you know they were envious of, you know, for example, their classmates who have social security numbers and who could drive. You know, and now that they have the ability to work, they're like, it's exciting. It's like
Yeah.
it's you know it's such a privilege, you know, that they're able to, you know, and seeing it from that perspective. I think when you come from a place of gratitude, and when you come from a place of like everything, not entitlement, but that everything is a privilege and everything is a gift, you're able to see more of what's possible.
Yeah, it's not the empty half glass, right? It's the, what do you say it?
It's not the half empty, but it's the half full.
Half full. That's it.
Right,
It's a
right.
different mindset. And I think that's good
Yeah.
to let people know that when you're coming from the way you said it, coming from the, life of gratitude, I mean, it really changes the way you look at life. But, I am thinking that you have this Los Angeles Tribune, and now you're going to have a radio show. And what's next for the after you get in? I'm thinking you're going to also have a TV show. Am I right?
Well, you know, the Los Angeles Tribune does have a TV network. We have the
Oh,
Women's TV network with JD3 TV,
okay.
and the network in, you know, itself has Roku. I mean, it's not we are going
Well,
to
that
have
is a TV streaming
expansion.
channel, right? The
Right, it's
Roku?
still streaming, yes,
Yes.
for sure. It streams in Roku TV on demand, but for our biggest focus right now was inspired by Mark Victor Hansen. You know, when Mark Victor Hansen spoke in the LA Leadership Week, he said that, you know, USA Today book list has gone away, you know, Washington Post list has gone away. So really there are only two agencies right now who are doing book lists, whether they're bestseller list or recommended readers list or book clubs. It's New York Times and Los Angeles Tribune.
Mhm.
And the industry needs everybody, especially that there's such distractions from reading. It matters that there's a reliable agency that recommends books. And so that's definitely the direction that we're taking, us inspired by, you know, the blessings and the recommendation of Mark Victor Hansen, who's like the world record holder for the most number of books sold, you know, in a New York bestseller at any given time, and also the most number of, I think, the most numbers of published books for one author, you know. So
Okay.
we're very excited with that recommendation and the direction that we're taking.
Okay, well, we're going to take a commercial break. And in our next segment, which is going to be our last segment, is I wanted to find out how can someone be a part of Los Angeles? What can they get from, this company? And so we're going to talk about that in our next segment. So anyway, so everyone just don't go away. We're going to have more information from Ava of the Los Angeles Tribune. And I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. We'll be right back.
I found that my career and my journey is attached to a feeling. And feelings are like waves, they ebb and flow.
But then it just depends on who you are as a personality. There is a place for everybody, and there's a million different options out there.
You have people from all walks of life, all types of businesses that participate in here, and it's all about connecting. But if you connect with people out there in the community, regardless of whatever it is, the type of business that they have, or even learning about real estate or learning about the other businesses, it's important to spearhead what you're about.
Be able to tell a story is magical and powerful, because whatever story you're telling the world, that's the message that they're going to hear, and that's what lawyers do. They're amazing storytellers.
And I would just say this about being a great speaker. To me, it's not about being confident or some of the other things that people would say. It's, do you change lives?
Where is the world demanding change, and how quickly can we efficiently elevate that area?
But I'm working hard for people to help them, whatever their dream is, right? Whatever their house is, whatever they want to buy. I want to be a part of that, right? Because it's impactful for them. I try to inspire people around me, my kids, clients as well, because you can have anything you want. In this country, you can have it all.
Once you figure that out, then you're better positioned to find some outside sources that can help you with your own storytelling internal.
I won't shed a tear, just as long as
you have to develop the mindset that no matter what adversity, you're not going to quit.
Just by being placed next to a reputable brand, say you get featured in a news outlet, just because you juxtapose next to them, people associate the values that they associate with that brand now with you.
It's the process of being so uncomfortable, challenging yourself, and that's how you get to the point where you're going to be an expert no matter what.
With AI changing the game, you're going to be competing with people overseas. You're going to be competing with people you had no idea you're going to be competing with. It's never been as important for you to elevate your personal brand.
Most of you probably already know this, but your feelings are created by your thoughts.
I never had the feeling that I had to control the game, right? If my players could see something that I wasn't seeing, I would let them try it, see what happens.
So I implore you and remind you to continue to stay rooted in self-belief and purpose. Whatever it is that you guys are doing, whatever you endeavor, whatever your day-to-day is, what got you here, what is your why, what is your purpose, and to stay self-disciplined inside of that purpose.
Build your brand, build your legacy. Fire up, fire up, fire up, fly.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, with Ava Manuel, Editor-in-Chief of the Los Angeles Tribune. So, Ava, if I have someone who is an entrepreneur and is interested in getting involved with the Los Angeles Tribune, what is the process that they take, and what are they going to get from you guys?
Well, definitely the best way to do is to email us, connect with us at community at latribuneonline.com. Just send us an email. Would love to share my story, would love to be featured in the Los Angeles Tribune. There are several verticals where we're able to support entrepreneurs, right now, and small businesses. We call it an end-to-end business solution. Everything really from, conceptualization and strengthening your message, your brand, all the way to, being a best-selling author, going on the New York Times billboard, really spotlights and press releases in different places. So we're able to support entrepreneurs, experts, leaders to be able to amplify their voices and really amplify the impact that they get to create in the world, just as I wished it was done for me when I was a physical therapist.
Yeah, that is amazing. So you call it end-to-end business solutions.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And then they get from the beginning to where
we're able to elevate them. We do 1 year, 6 months to 1 year partnership. What we call kind of like the VIP LA Tribune experience, where we take you on a journey in all of our speaking stages, in all of our virtual summits, in-person events, and then at the same time, book publishing, press releases, news exposure. So it's a way to be able to really be able to open doors that normally wouldn't open.
And you mentioned billboard too. I mean,
yes.
What are we talking about there?
It's kind of like a trophy, especially if your family just don't know what you're doing, right? Like you've been doing this and you've been gone. Like what's the impact? We're able to our video team is able to create kind of like a montage, 15-second montage that's able to go on the New York Times billboard. Playing. So you could like go there and have a video with it, or have a picture with it, or also like just there also is a camera that monitors it 24 hours, where we could also provide you that. But it's a way of rising above the noise. The thing about it is, right now it's so hard to rise above the noise, right? There are so many people that are claiming to do certain things. So how do you really elevate above that. And right now, news is still the gold standard for being for lending credibility. Think about a major media brand from 1886. Lending you our credibility and our name, recommending you. So now you're not just talking about yourself. You have a newspaper company. It's just a matter of saying, I was recently featured in the Los Angeles Tribune. You can read my article here, the link there, and our editorial team speaks for you.
That's awesome. Well, you know that I'm having my Fire Up Live event, and we talked about that too. Is that something that you
Yes.
can also bring your clients to make sure that they take advantage of whatever we're doing here in San Diego?
Absolutely. And a lot of that is really partnerships. We've got
Yeah.
partnership stages with Bill Walsh, with James Dentley, like with you, Marie. So absolutely, that's part of where, people who work with us, we can open up those opportunities.
Oh, that is so awesome. I would love to see that happen because I do like what I do here in San Diego. And people here are amazing, actually. And you've been here in our last event. And do you remember when you were at the DoubleTree Hotel and we were able to give an award to Mo Rock for being,
Yes.
in charge of the Los Angeles Tribune? I love that you guys were there and very supportive of what we were doing. So, and you know that I'm also filming my first TV talk show
I'm
on
excited
October
to hear
17th,
about that.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to guys be a part of that because I have never really put myself to where I am having my own TV show. I've always tell people, why don't you have your own TV show? I'll help you. And for some reason, they just don't see how it works, and it's hard for them to see that they can have it. So in order for me to show it to them, I'm just gonna have to do it myself.
Absolutely. Now you'll have a documentary of how you did it.
Exactly. Well, we did the Finest Women in Real Estate TV talk show in 2018, and that was a lot of fun. I had like over 48 episodes of filming the TV talk shows, and then we created the Real Men of Real Estate, and we had like over 20 plus episodes, and then we went to NBC and aired it here in San Diego. So my plan is this TV talk show is also going to air. I'm going to submit it to NBC for approval, so I can air it here.
Marie, you're a unicorn. You're a unicorn. You're doing things that just blows people's mind, and they just couldn't see the vision. Like how is that even possible?
Well,
Like I haven't even thought that I could do that. I could do 20 episodes, air it in NBC. I'm like, it's just, this is how genius. When you find it easy to do certain things that others find impossible. That's how that's your expertise.
Well, one more thing I wanted to really do is put together a movie. You want to come and join me there?
For sure. For sure. The Los Angeles Tribune also is doing a leadership movie, as a matter of fact. So we're excited.
You are?
We are, yeah. The Los Angeles Tribune is centered right now in leadership. We really are working on elevating leadership consciousness in the planet. Leadership is not just about following others. We lead our lives. We lead
So
ourselves.
did you guys already start it, or is it already out there?
No, we're on the process right now.
Okay. Well, let me know. I'm very interested in learning more about that. So for everyone out there, make sure that you connect with Ava. Again, Ava is amazing when it comes to, helping people and empowering people in the business world. And the Los Angeles Tribune has expanded its services. Make sure that you learn more about it and connect with Ava. And the website for Ava is the losangelestribune.com. Again, that is the losangelestribune.com. So Ava, is there any other ways that they can connect with you aside from going through the website?
I know that it's traditional. It's still email community@latribuneonline.com. We do have people and team that responds and that looks after the messages that comes to us.
Okay, and say that again. It's email
community
at
LA Tribune. Yeah, email community@latribuneonline.com.
Okay. You heard that from Ava. And again, this is such an incredible opportunity that we got to interview Ava today. And again, she's going to have her own radio show for the Los Angeles Tribune, and that's launching in July. So make sure you watch out for that.
KCAA
Yes, on KCAA. And it's going to be on Sunday, right? Is it going to be on
Yes.
Sunday at 1
1
p.m.?
p.m. Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, watch out for that. And I think that's going to be an incredible opportunity to learn from all of the experts, all the leaders, all the big time leaders. I mean, you're talking about Les Brown and Brian Tracy and Bill Walsh. There's so many great people that are coming into that show. So make sure you tune in. Okay, so this is your host, Marie Antoinette Wade. And I, again, thank you so much for being with us here today and here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. And for everyone, make sure you check us out every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Again, this is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show on KCAA, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
See you in July.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Now you can listen to KCAA Radio anytime on your smartphone device. Call